See, it is on record. The first 10 doctors, and even more than like that number, now them be Ghana people from Osu and Adedeng. And this is because, not be sake of, not they were brilliant or anything, but sake of the kind of privilege they get. The white people settle amongst them early, the Scottish people especially. So, Scottish man come, right? Maybe Hudson Mills come, maybe white man. Then you go come bomb plus some Ghana woman. Then you get some mulatto kiddies. Then they go carry that kiddie go Yankee, make it go steady. So all those people, they were qualified doctors, qualified lawyers, and things. But what you can come in now, coach.
Yeah, okay. I just want to add something. Okay, so in terms of how come some Ghana people have names of other tribes, it's not just not in marriage. But when you look, let's look at the Catamanso War, for example. After the war, some of the Ashantis that scattered within the Dodua forest, and when they scattered, some people end up went to Pinkwai, there into Volta region. So we have Voltarians who have. I have a friend called Mausi Asem Mausi. So like a tree. I can't name. So these are people. The Assem families, I know them, really know them. Assem, the Assempa. Yeah. More of them, they come out Pecky. I'm Assem, I just presume say they come out Pecky. And if I have to always. So as them scatter, they went settle at a place because they are not finding their way back to Ashanti. Okay. And then before in indigenous, the Anglos and all the Evers will realize they have already settled and they have a whole community and they are living there until they now go officially to the Ever chiefs to request for land to be allowed for them to be allowed to stay so that they can pay some form of leads to the Ever chiefs. So that's some of the accounts. We have different names from different tribes infused or integrated into or some ethnicities. They are even Evers who have last names, Latte. And I don't know if you know this guy, former National Security Coordinator under Rawlings in era. Bevlo Latte. Bevlo Latte, I think. He claimed to be Ever person, but he get Ghana ancestry. Something where sometimes you don't even know about.
Segbe, I beg you. Segbe.
Yeah.
I beg. How old are you?
Oh, me, this October we are going to up 27.
Hey, you know too much, bro.
Wow.
No. So how will they call him?
You know too much, bro.
Nothing they can't talk safe.
So your man just mentioned national security for Rawlings in time in name, bro. Which level, bro?
I teach for Keta, some village because my Jordan have this convo before safe. When it really bust my mind. That be the first time I go the Keta safe. Where I did there like 12 weeks volunteer teaching. I go live among the people for the KG have there. It bust my brain. Bunch of those kiddies, they never come across before. But you go hear them a name, they then get like some gas sounding names. Where one thing I read about Ghana last names, some they end plus A, EY, A, T.
Yeah, T, it be T and Le. Yeah.
That kind of name song.
Lamle. Latte. Latte.
Kwasi Ganden, like.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So,
I mentioned that the Ghana people were like middlemen. So they were traveling all over the Gold Coast. So when you go to Ashanti region, there's a whole community settlement of Ghana people. And they all originated.
So
settled there. I've forgotten the name of the settlement. I've forgotten the name of the settlement. So
resettlement.
I have to really I'll find out.
But what be the context of that settlement? Maybe I will fix it to her.
Business interaction, farming, look, all that. Anything necessary just to improve life.
Between Gans and some people?
No, just some Gan people who just feel like, okay, I want to do farming, I'm looking for a better land, then they travel, that's it.
Oh, okay. Another thing, with that settlement thing, the only thing I can speak to that is, say, as Gans too, they get wars for them land. Some of them were displaced, so they had to go and seek refuge.
Yeah, that is also possible. That's also wait. I can mention that for Gans who have settled in Suhum in the eastern region, there about. Yeah, sure. So yeah, I don't know if I can follow up with what I was saying about Bismarck's remarks about how the history of how the teaching of our history has not been popularized. I think history is there. If you want, I understand the fact that we have not been conscious enough in teaching our history. But when you go down into the community, the history is written there. And I give an example that Nongwa, where I grew up, there's a whole painting. It's only today that it has been brought down. The building has been brought down because it's going under renovation. It was a whole painting of the Katamanso War, and then the position in which the one who shot the Ashanti, the position he stood on a tree. They have done the whole painting, and then written his name there boldly, Nimwe Asafache Nimwe. This means that if I'm
Asante Manchegbelo, killer ni papa, Nimwe. Edomoland. No, I take it. Zacchaeus way.
So at the end of the day, I have learned that, okay, fine. In the Ashanti War, the Katamanso War, this is what happened. And two, it's not recent times that we are now teaching the Ghana history. No. I think recent times we have amplified it more due to what? Social media and the internet. And then now...
Twitter Spaces and Fire Stick.
Exactly. I mean, I
believe you, Rob.
Teaching us more history.
So
social media is teaching us more history even than what we learn in school.
Exactly.
You understand? 100%. Exactly.
No, so coach, I know they catch you. They understand the thing you talk. My issue is that some of us here, we are very fortunate. You grew up in Nongwa. You've seen certain things. Me, fortunately, I think we've had this conversation on the Ghana space before, so we know this thing already. I like a lot of these things. So me, I have spent time in Nongwa. I know things concerning the Bobu and all those things. How Nongwa, how do you call it? The first Bobu Lomo felt betrayed, cut his hand. That Nongwa whole thing. Some of us, we are interested in these things, so we go and find them, and then we read on them. But for those who are not in the position like us to be exposed to certain history, how do they get this history? I'm in Ghana. Cool. I know about La Marseillaise, how France-Austria fight was the origin of La Marseillaise. It is history. It is there. I don't have to live in the heart of Paris to know how La Marseillaise came about. I don't have to be a Ghanaian, and then I have to be in the heart of Nongwa to understand how Katamanso War was won. I shouldn't, because even there's if Dodowa or Katamanso was in any being a monument day, that when you behind the Catamanso War.
Yes.
There is a monomod there.
Have you visited Menchia before? You get to Menchia, and the first thing is they sit you down, they show you a video of the history of the Ashanti Empire. See, there should be a conscious effort to preserve history.
Bismarck, not to interject you. I really do agree with what you talk. But like my Jordan to talk, right? Most of what our Ghanaian history to a lot like by an extension. You go see the people who publish those like historical books, the publishers, first of all, then get them our own interest. True. Right? And then won't publish some kind of history way then they ascribe to, right? True. So most of Ashanti royal history safe, be the Ashanti people with the writer. Somebody like the R.S. Ratsbury or so, right? It be he where he make them big. Where if you be Ghanaian, and then you be ever Ghanaian, where you feel left, like you feel like say ever history is left out of the curriculum. We don't really they talk about them too much. You for not say, if you really want to know about ever history, just like Ratsbury write about Ashanti history, be British way write about ever history. It be Germans, some German Westerman, right? Apparently, a lot of people on this space will see EWE, spelled EWE, right? And then they'll, because of the way they spell them, then we'll talk them, then we'll call somebody from Volta region who they speak language. Ewe. But there's a historical context to how the name came to be now. Apparently, if you speak the language, in every language, and sometimes we don't write our history because our history is coded into our language. For the language inside, we don't call ourselves Ewe. We don't call the language Ewe. We say ever. So ever. That sound, sound, it's a variant of V. But if you know German and any of those like other languages, you go see say things the Scandinavian languages together. Sometimes they write V, but they pronounce it as W. Okay. And sometimes they write W and they pronounce it as if it's V. So when Westerman wrote Ewe, he wrote Ewe, E-W-E. He didn't pronounce it Ewe. It be he where he writes the ever alphabet. The guy at the time there be Germany where they colonized Togoland before them lose the World War. Then he make the British and French them share Togoland. British take what is some part of what is today Volta region, where the French take Togo, right? So before them now it be the Germans, and then be the Germans where them teach them carry the education go give them try write all the songs. Because apparently the other language get more letters past most of the Western languages. So they were so obsessed with the language, they set up a whole radio station in Germany and they were broadcasting in heaven. This was before Ghana became independent. Wow. But if you want to know such a history as another person, you forgo read Westerman.
Okay. So at the back.
There's a university in Germany today. If you're doing a PhD in ever linguistics, you get your degree from University of, and you get another degree from University of Bremen in Germany. That'd be where the language actually was originated.
It makes sense. It makes sense to say be the Bremen.
Bremen University.
The Bremen machine where they can set up the EP.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Okay. Charlie said, which level? Charlie, all this to the inside is
African history, more of the books on our ancient history, they will not say them bend the books, but more of on our history day language inside. If you did talk Peace FM around 12 p.m., if they can't cast the news, they go play some soundtrack, then they go talk say Premoato.
That is some gun name, right?
It be some guns. The gun with the ammunition with the British take silence the Ashantis. Finally, the Perry Martin gun.
Yes.
Sake of the no fit pronounce them, then go call them Premoato.
Premato, yes. It be
Maybe like
Premato.
6 o'clock in the
Premato,
evening.
yes.
Most of our history day on our language inside.
Yeah,
A lot of
teach other
them
one. Yeah,
but
also borrowed words.
if we take
A lot of them are borrowed words too. Yeah.
yes.
Sure.
As we talk of African history, make we take even Bible. We dey see, I don't say plenty people for here with Christians. So some things they will know they like.
Miss Magano will lie, we start a Bible conversation, you know.
Oh no.
But like it be necessary, make it talk.
If we take the Bible set, we see a lot of contradictions, but it has stood the test of time for a very, very long time that it has become the truth. Funny enough, these be stories where people at some time ago in a gathering at Nicaea sat, put things together. Today, after some years, it has the truth. If you don't want document your history, no matter how scanty, how scattered, how disorganized it is, put it together. After some time, what you want your history to become becomes your history. Till date, we don't know which of the wars America lose because they make them a conscious effort. See, we all will go accept the
Right.
Yeah. This PR machine where it just they sell the good sides of America. Yeah.
And that is what
Today in this country, with the hail. See, funny enough, whether we they like them or not, the Ashanti culture, it be so rich, it extend the cover every other tribe in the country. Why? Because there has been a conscious effort to drum it in our ears, whether you like it or not. Ashanti culture is Ghana culture. Ashanti history is Ghana history. And
Right.
they make them, then tailor them so perfect. That be why Eliana with the talk see, until some of us will take interest. Because fire began boy. Until today, you don't know, see, there was even a battle of Katamansu.
Yeah,
Because
we move the shutters, we killed them. We killed Mensah.
Okay,
You know?
You see, because certain things we know they talk them. So if people sit down as recent as as recent as for 2000 BC, I say 2000 and something AD, go come together them ideologies, because I don't know how they call them, Peter or John can't give them a verbal account of what happened. Probably it be some screws, some one or two things, but then come together, put them together. Okay, if they write this, then this could have been the motivation behind this. This could have been the motive.
First of all, that whole Bible conversation. I'm not. You go feed it this space top there. Maybe you know they subscribe to Christian views on the Bible and all that, right? That'll be fine. Me too. I find myself for that situation right there. But one thing we for know be say, for stop we from reading the Bible, especially the accounts for the Old Testament. If you read the Bible, where they see one of people that my history for there, then maybe you don't know reading.
It is a way.
Because most of the happenings for the Old Testament inside, it be something we they do. It be we they put things for some rock water top and we make sacrifice. It be we they do the circumcision. Right?
That be
most of those things we they do them.
Hold on.
It be we way for our tradition inside. If your bro die, you go fee marry in wife. That be the same thing happen for the Bible. Onam. Then in bro die, he marry in wife. He dig, then he pour the sperm for ground.
What you talk?
It be something we they do.
Yeah.
I'm not they dispute that.
So most of the things for the old, it be wanna people that my history with
exactly.
They rewrite them with foreign characters.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I tell you. See. So you see, for us, we they relate to certain things in the Bible because they look exactly like what it will be some very silly story. For we to some of make sense, it will make sense. But at the end of the day, it come together now
people actually quote the Bible as a source until you go write your own history. No matter how scanty, no matter how untrue it is, after some time, it becomes your truth. It is your truth that matters. It is your truth that matters. And the way we teach on our history, like where the conversations start from, we digress, we come and then we explore other areas. But what even our history as different tribes are, where we come from, how we do on our things and all that, all the way from prehistoric time, all the way down to even us debating what Kwame, because when Kwame Nkrumah died, reach 100 years old. When Kwame Nkrumah died, but even as at today, we know they even feel place one hand on certain things Kwame do. We know they feel even celebrate Kwame Nkrumah enough, because at the end of the day, we refuse. Why the wise man no go talk? Because we will not go even write some stuff, make we go read something on. That be where the problem is.
Yeah, I want to say something. It's quite off from all that they say. I just put something on the dashboard, and it says that if one day you hear white speak well of me, know that I have betrayed you. Why am I posting this? The reason is just this. If we want to identify the people among us who are thank you very much. I'm glad you recognize that. I mean, I'm very proud to be a Ghanaian.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big up.
Oh yeah, Coach, where you host the Ghana Space every Thursday for Twitter. So
really? Hold on. So some Ghana Space day.
In between the Ghana Space, like.
Oh, me, I never hear of any Ghana Space. So if today I hear about.
Every Thursday, they happen.
Interesting.
Every Thursday, you go up to 8:30.
It be so.
Join us.
It be so. I will pass
so
through.
Okay. So back to what I was saying. If you hear that white man is praising what? Me, know that I betrayed you. So if you see a black man winning best whatever in education, is going to win, some president go win award, I'll not mention it. Some president go win award for a certain project he did in Ghana, but he has won award elsewhere on the foreign offshores. Please note, then you are noting those people. When you see that the Western media is praising somebody in Ghana for doing something here, I mean, they have no influence here. They have nothing doing here, but yet they are praising somebody. When you see that the Western media is chastising some judge, then you know that he's doing something the white man doesn't like. This is what I think we should recognize. It's simple. It's cold. Just know that when the white man is praising a certain person, that's what I think. For me, it's my opinion. That's what I think. Because why would a white man praise a black man for doing his people? There are governmental policies. There are governmental policies that they look beneficial to us, but deep down they are harming us. You understand? You are just the Ghana signs contract with a certain country, and then the benefits are that okay, we give them our resources, they end up building schools and all that for us. The Western media picks it up, and there's a whole praise on the government. Please, we recognize these things. Deep down, we know that it's not favoring us. But when we see that the outside world is praising the government or certain people within government, then we tend to think that, okay, then it's right. It's not right.
Do you know that your example doesn't always hold? I mean, if you look at South Africa, the white man completely or fully integrated into their system, and look at where they are now. And
no, but
still,
the white man had.
Can you please tell us where are they?
The white man had ulterior motives for developing South Africa because
They say what are they?
Where are the native South Africans? How are
big
they
companies in
well
South
placed
Africa are
within
still
South
owned
Africa?
by white men. Elon Musk's dad is not a typical South African, is he? But he owns one of the biggest mines in South Africa.
We are in an era of neo-colonialism.
You know, if you talk something and when they ask you, then you mute your body. Which level? Why you mute your body?
Oh, I have not muted myself. Other speakers are speaking.
No,
so
see, make I tell you something about SA. SA, them are situation we see. These white SA gets complex. The complex we see with the few African and the white skin guys, they own everything. The current white skin guys, South Africans, say, if you sack them from South Africa, we tell them, say, go where they come from. They don't know where they come from. They don't know their roots. The only country they know is South Africa because they are South Africans.
No. They know where they are coming
They
from.
know exactly where they come.
A large chunk of them, them be Boers. The Boers be Dutch people.
Yes.
Right?
See, hold on, I they talk this because I don't believe it is the current white South Africans' fault that some time ago in forefathers coming to South Africa through whatever means they manage get grounding for that country and then establish themselves. One thing I would like make Africans say as Africans, we actually could depart from we they like play victim too much.
that's the problem. We like playing victim.
Yes. See, make a finish.
Blacks in general, not just Africans. Blacks in general, they like playing victim.
Nobody disputes the fact. See,
Bismarck.
Nobody dispute the fact. See, Yawa happened with some time ago.
Your juniority will
People
expose
come, they
you.
can't exploit you. They can't take advantage of you. Can't do this. They can't
That's
do
the
this.
segment they
But like
talk.
how recently
God, are those days where you go come,
see,
you play the things that they see
the
a
Chinese
killer.
man come Ghana.
Segment
The
more about
Chinese people, they have the thing that we see. As them come Ghana, they don't know where gold they go.
segment
If
them
the way
come,
we
bro.
show them where the gold is, that we can see. As the white man come some time ago, if the white man, as he come, if me I no catch my brother cell, give the white man he no get slave. If be me, I can't show him in Kwasum. Where is he say he go fit exploit and make money from him? We they like play victim too much. It is about time we see say yeah, the yawa it happened already. If today you they go work, tomorrow morning you wake up, you they go work, where you they go? Where car splash water on you? Yeah, it no be your fault say the driver splash water on you. Driver do you yawa, it splash water on you where you go. You go sit the roadside and cry, go house, go change your shadow, then go work. Black people they play victim too much. Colonization finished years ago. The way whites be racist towards we, some of we also be very, if we not be racist towards white safe, we be very racial towards one body for this country inside. Mm-hmm. It's about time we get up, we move from that mindset, and then we do something with our lives. We they play victim too much, you know good.
Yo, Bismarck. With the South Africa, see, most countries for Africa we gain on our independence. After independence, the white people left, right? That be the story for most countries. But for South Africa, the white people, the Dutch especially, them come before the British, where them come settle, then take over a chunk of the land, right? Then establish laws where those laws they give them ownership over the land. So if you go to South Africa today, bunch of them are businesses, right? Bunch of the commercial farms and things. If the Dutch people will the own them, where they then come create a whole identity for themselves, then they call them the Afrikaners, and they speak Afrikaans, right? A variation of Dutch, right? Where these people for centuries, them deprive the native South Africans, right, of land. So native South Africans, the black people, they them our own land, but they know their own land. They no go farm, right? Laborers and workers and white men for your own land, but you be independent. So if you watch South Africa in like independence struggle movement, so we not them be radical. The people we not they know they subscribe to the Rainbow Nation ideology. Those people like Steve Biko, those people, them assassinate them early. It be somebody like that way South Africans for this